Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to FYI. We trust that you guys are great. Great to be here with you this morning. Despite of the challenges, guys, we got to keep moving forward. We just have to keep moving forward. Good to see all you fantastic folks who are here with us. Yolanda Thomas. We see you there, Yolanda. And we see you there, Jolly Anderson, and all the other guys who are joining us. Isabella Butters, we see you there as well. A fantastic morning to each and every one of you. Guys, we're now going to have the full hour program this morning. We're going to do about 40 minutes, thereabout, and then I am expected to be in court as I was yesterday morning. So we're going to do about 40 minutes with you folks and allow me to run off on that side. Trinity Boston, we see as well. Thanks for joining us this morning, Trinity, and all the other folks who are joining us this morning. We are so happy that you guys are here with us. Take the opportunity as we come on, folks, to share the live, as we say. Smash that emoji button and let's do what we gotta do. Great to see each and every one of you guys. Welcome, 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 welcome to FYI. Welcome, guys. Great to have all of you folks with us this morning. It's our absolute privilege to be here with you, even if it's for a short time this morning, shorter time than usual. Even if it's for a shorter time than usual. We are very happy, tremendously happy that you guys are here with us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Folks, it's month end. It's the end of the month, like the last day. Just in case you have not been keeping up to date, it's the 31st day of January. It is gone, folks. Hope you did a couple positive things with January. We do hope that you wonderful folks, you chose to do a few positive things with January. It is gone and it can come back. Time to pay the bills. That's one of the reasons we don't like month end too much. The bills, folks, month end comes around so fast. So fast, month end comes around. Welcome to each and every one of you guys, wherever you all are joining us from. We are happy that you folks are here with us. And if you've just tuned in, welcome, 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 welcome. Great to have all of you with us today. Great, great, great to have each and every one of you. We are so happy that you guys are here with us. And, you know, we ain't got a lot of time to lose this morning. We want to get into the morning papers almost right off the bat. We want to get into the morning papers. Welcome, welcome wherever you guys are joining us from. A big welcome to all of you. Welcome, folks. I see Charmy Gibbs is here, and Beatrice Selby, Elizabeth Howard, Lynn Fernandez is here, which means Lena Williams is somewhere close by. Lynn, a very good morning to you and all the folks at URN. Great to have you on board. Annette Cummins, we see you as well. Great to have you, Annette. Isabella Butters, we said. Claire Alexis. Charlie Richmond is here with us too. Great to have you, Claire, and all the other guys who are joining us on this Tuesday morning, the 31st day, guys. 31st day of January. It is gone. It is gone. So, guys, we got to power up. We got to power up for February. February 1st starts tomorrow. Believe it or not, Wednesday, February 1st is tomorrow. We're dead month end, folks. Last day in the month. Make the best of it. Make the best of it. I see a Facebook user says London is here. That's the name. Facebook user. London is here. Great to have you, London. Great to have you. Kalamingo, we see you as well. And Beatrice Selby, all the other guys who are joining us. Quite a number of things we're covering in the morning papers today. Quite a number of things. Great to see each and every one of you guys. We're happy you're here. What are you having this morning for breakfast? How is the weather where you guys are? Do let us know. Let us know. Beatrice, Leslyn Charles. Great to have you, Leslyn. Great to have you. I ain't seen you for a little bit, but I know you've probably been around here quietly. Good to have you. Good to have you. Claire said there. Good to have you, Claire. Romel Gonzalez. Good to see you, Romel, and all the other folks who are joining us. Colleen Roberts. Great to have you, Colleen. All of the other guys like Jolly and such and so forth. Good to have you. Faye Nicholson. Faye, how are you doing now? I trust that you are great. Trust that you guys are well wherever you are. That you are well. You are well. You don't have to be in perfect health and so on to be well, you know. You know? You're well. You know, in your mind you're well. That's one of the important things. Your spirit you're well. Tommy Gibbs, good to have you, Tommy, and all of the other guys who are now tuning in. Lynn Fernandez is very cool at her end. Lynn, we're sending some warmth. We're sending some warmth your way. Guys, if you're hearing the audio loud and clear, we are very, very happy that all of you folks are here with us. As I said, folks, if you're now joining us, we're going to do about 40 minutes this morning. Yeah, and I got to be in court for 9 o'clock, believe it or not. So we're going to do about 40 minutes and allow me to zip off quickly, folks. We're going to zip off in quick, short order. Marjorie Budram, good to have you there, and Shelly DeRidder and all the other guys who are joining us. We're so happy, folks. So happy that you are here with us. Extremely happy that you are here with us today. Great to see each and every one of you. We are happy that you guys are here with us. Very, very happy that you guys are here. Extremely happy in a big way. Happy bigly that you folks are here with us. Great to have each and every one of you with us, folks. Very, very happy that you've chosen to join us. A great morning to each and every one of you. And we hope that, your day only gets better. That is our hope. That the day only gets better, folks. That the day only gets better. Great to see each and every one of you guys with us. Great to see you folks with us. We trust that you are having a good time at your end, that you are well, as much as can be. Great to see so many of you beautiful, wonderful folks joining us. It's our privilege having each and every one of you. It is our privilege having each and every one of you on with us, and we look forward to this time with you fantastic folks. We truly look forward to this time with you guys, and we want to get to some of the headlines, and for some reason everything is not cooperating with us this morning. but we're well, and we hope that you guys are as well. But good to see so many of you on the live. I see Elizabeth Howard again, Lloyd McAllister, Mona Moore is here, Joel Ward. How are you doing, Joel, and all the other guys who are joining us? Great to see you. Irvin Don Cook is here as well. Folks, take the opportunity, take a second or two to share the live, smash that emoji button for us, guys. Smash that emoji button. Donna Joseph says a terrific Tuesday morning to you guys. A terrific Tuesday morning. I like that attitude. Terrific Tuesday morning to you folks. love that attitude. She says a terrific Tuesday morning to you folks. Guys, great to see each and every one of you. I don't know why everything not cooperating with us. Everything not cooperating with us, guys. But it's good to have you folks here with us, wherever you guys are joining us from. Great to have each and every one of you with us this morning, wherever you all are joining us from. And we seem to be stuck somewhere in the back end here, and we're gonna have a move on in short order. But good to see Unessa Wardine, and Wills Felix is here, and I see Romel Gonzalez is here. Who else we got with us this morning? A couple of the others. Tommy Gibbs we have with us. Good to see you, Tommy. Loretta Argyle is here too, folks. Loretta is here with us. Beatrice, of course, they're both. Wills Felix Kimon is here as well. Wills, good to have you here. Julian Mars is with us. Julian, good to have you too. Good to have you, Julian, and all the other guys who are joining us. We are super happy that you folks are here. Something is stuck at our end. The guys are going to try to help us out. Something is stuck at our end, and we don't know what it is, but we hope it stops very soon. Something is stuck at our end, guys. Really great to see each and every one of you, wherever you folks are joining us from. One of the things we want to look at this morning, I don't think we're going to have time to do it, is this initiative called Men on a Mission, because when it was represented in the National Assembly just yesterday, the Minister for Governance didn't do so well in explaining what exactly is this initiative called Men with a Mission. What is the oversight for it? The financial accountability. They have just they haven't approved us yet, but in the preliminary stages, the estimates for this year, they are budgeting $500 million for Men on a Mission. They say they fix the homes of elderly folks, but I see folks who got homes who weren't so elderly, folks who got homes from Men on a Mission who weren't so elderly. Is there an office? Those are some of the questions we ask. Is there a secretariat? If you know somebody in your community who might be in need of some assistance like this, where do you go to sign up for it? And then the Minister of Governance, Gil Teixeira, didn't do so well in explaining exactly what is Men on a Mission. As I said, it's very hairy-fairy. Very hairy-fairy, it's nebulous. It's right up there, right up there with fiction. What they couldn't explain, struggled for a long time trying to explain what exactly is this whole concept of melanization. What exactly is that? And folks didn't do so well at all, guys. They did not do so well in trying to explain exactly what is melanization. I'm going to try to get up some of the headlines another way, and I'm going to try to do a cheat sheet. Do the cheat sheet this morning. Try to bring you the headlines in another way. For some reason why, this computerized age, things are not working as fast as we think they should be. At our end, they're not working as fast as we think they should be. But we're going to find a workaround, folks. We're going to find a workaround for you good folks. When things don't work one way, we work them another way. But guys, great to see you. Take the opportunity to share the live, to smash that emoji button, and we can keep moving on. When things don't work one way, we bring them another way. Full stop. Full stop. Yeah, first headline up, folks. First headline up. The IDB, they're warning, this excessive borrowing. That's one of the things we're seeing this morning in the headlines. This excessive borrowing, the IDB warning us about that. And the folks are touting it's the biggest budget ever. Biggest budget ever. But guys, it's also the biggest deficit ever because of how we've been borrowing, this borrowing spree that we have been on. And again, the IDB warning us to take it easy with this borrowing business. They're telling us here, amid growing concerns, is the other concerns that we have. Amid all of that is the country's ballooning public debt. And the Inter-American Development Bank, in a new report, cautioned Latin America and the Caribbean countries against excessive borrowing and urged governments to bring their debts down to more prudent levels. Yep. And we should heed that advice. Folks, we are borrowing on a massive scale like you cannot believe. Borrowing on a massive scale like you cannot believe. We're borrowing on a massive, big scale. And our children and children's children, they are left with a lot of money. They are left with a lot of money, a lot of money in this place. Plenty money. That's what will be created to the next generation. A whole host of debt. And again, the Inter-American Development Bank saying, slow down. The countries like us, slow down, because we're probably leading the pack. We're probably leading the pack with borrowing. Leading the pack where borrowing is concerned. Yeah, unfortunately. And so that's one of the things that we are watching in the headlines this morning. One of the things we are watching. Here's another headline for you. And this was a letter to the editor. And this one is sad, because too often people are told, oh, you have one more contribution to get to the required amount to start receiving a pension. You're one contribution short. See? You're one contribution short. And so we saw a letter to the editor that raised this issue. You're one contribution short. And here this letter writer is saying, too many folks are being told in the morning paper today, you're one contribution short from qualifying for the NIS pension. And the letter writer is asking the question, is this a pattern of behavior of the staff of that office, that they just deem folks to be one contribution short? The writer goes on to say, while it is possible that some people would be short by one single contribution, most of them said they worked for reputable corporations who would have remitted their contributions, and they worked long enough to have qualified. You're one contribution short. You're foot short. And then in the letter writer's own experience, the person says, I personally never received my pension from the NIS. I worked for a large international company, and when I resigned in 1989 to emigrate, I requested a letter from my employer to be used as a reference abroad. This letter writer showed that letter to NIS. NIS says the company folded up his operation here a long time ago, and they have no record. Right? Another issue the letter writer raises is whether when they change over the system, when the system is changed over, whether, you know, some files get mixed up. Some of the files get mixed up. That's one of the concerns raised by this letter writer. Just one of those concerns raised by this letter writer. Believe it or not. And that's one of the headlines we're following in the morning papers, folks. One of the headlines we're following. And here's another one. You know, Ghana is going to be hosting a key, this one is interesting, a key Commonwealth conference. This one, guys, it's very, very interesting. This one got some teeth. very, 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 very interesting. The conference that's being held. Leon Logan, Alec Cummins, Ingrid Crawford, Wanda Hudson. This one is very, very interesting. Listen to the conference they're holding. You see, they're trying to boost the image and so on internationally. So they're going to do a lot of things. They are going to be hosting, folks. They're scheduled to host the 9th conference of the Commonwealth Caribbean Association of Integrity Commissions and Anti-Corruption Bodies. Yeah. This is putting cat for what milk. I'm happy we can host a conference like this. But them guys got to start practicing more. It's more than just photo ops. It's more than just saying that we are about good governance. And then when quizzed on issues like Mera Mission, airy fairy, nebulous, up in the sky, pie in the sky, no structure, no accountability. Right? So they're going to be hosting, again, this is the 9th annual conference of the Commonwealth Caribbean Association on Integrity Commissions. The 9th annual conference of the Commonwealth Caribbean Association of Integrity Commissions and Anti-Corruption Bodies, which is coming up in April, will be hosted by our country. Is the anti-corruption bodies for me? Is the anti-corruption bodies for me? Because you all know how they are. Beatrice, Rashi Magnot, Rupert, you all know how they are. Marlon George, Fatia Phillips, Karashi Bradford, you all know how they are. So it's the anti-corruption bodies aspect for us. Among other things. And that's just another one of those headlines we're following, guys, in the morning papers today. And I think this is the final one. The final headline we're going to be looking at. This is one for you. Another issue coming out of the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth Secretary General has launched the Landmark Year of Youth this year, 2023. Right? The Landmark Year. I heard so many promises about youth and all these conferences and so on. When I was young, coming up in the struggle, I'm still waiting, to see the fruition of some of it. Well, the Commonwealth Secretary General officially launched the Year of Youth, and it is said here that it's a seminal 12-month initiative devoted to celebrating and empowering the 1.5 billion under 30s living in the Commonwealth. 1.5 billion under 30s living in the Commonwealth. Right? They say here that youth-related issues like climate change, access to education, skills, employment, and political and social and economic participation will also be a feature in this 12 months of celebrating. It is my absolute pleasure as Secretary General, as the Secretary General to be launching this Year of the Youth, and I am excited that the next 12 months will bring Commonwealth leaders, stakeholders, and citizens together to celebrate and empower that 1.5 billion young persons who live within the Commonwealth. Young people are the heart of the Commonwealth Charter, it says in the notation. Despite the many challenges they face, young people give so much towards every aspect of social, economic, political, and cultural life of our 56-member country. So a very lofty notation there. I hope we can all aspire to that. And not just talk about youth, but actually impacting youth in a very, very meaningful way. We got lots of conference all year long, youth and empowering youth, but few ever do. Few ever do in any meaningful, lasting ways, to say the least. Few ever do, folks, in any meaningful and lasting way. Yep. Few ever do. And we're still having some technical challenges at our back end, folks. There is the morning papers for you. Told you guys we're going to be on for a very, very short while. And while we're still having some challenges, we're going to try to have some workarounds. We are going to try to have some workarounds. And one of the issues, guys, that we are following this morning, one of those issues that we are following, again, is the issue of domestic violence. We don't like it. That's one of the things we're following this morning. Again, and it stemmed from what we saw quite recently, and last night we reported on this young woman who was shot several times yesterday by her reputed husband. Several times, they say she was shot in her head, right? And even though the technical challenge is going to prevent us from pulling up the graphic the way we wanted to do it, I still want us to examine that issue before we run off and leave you guys in another couple of minutes. Still want us to examine that issue. Chopped in her head. And, the headlines this morning in almost all of the major newspapers is focused on this issue of this Venezuelan woman, they say, who was attacked on Sunday night, Rose Hall Town. Well, attacked on Sunday rather. It is stated that herself and her common law husband, the couple separated for about 3 months now, and based on information and based on the reports on the day in question at about 13 hours, 1 o'clock, the woman was the woman who formerly worked as a junior manager of non-facade Herbie Rice Mills. The junior manager there, he was at a car wash in Rose Hall Town when the suspect, they're telling us, drove up. Right? The car wash in Rose Hall Town when the suspect exited a motor car with a cutlass, walked up to her vehicle and started to chop the car. That's what the report tells us here. The car in which the woman was an occupant. He was in a separate car, she's in a separate car. He walks up to her car and starts to chop the car with his cutlass. The report says, fearful for her life. Fearful for her life, she exited the vehicle. Fearful for her life, she exited the vehicle. And that is when he dealt her several chops about her body. Several chops about her body. Yeah. This issue, guys, this issue is one of the scourge. I see they said he's a popular businessman. Her name is given as Giovanni Bedell, known as Marcy. Right? She is named, but the assailant isn't named. It's quite a funny thing. She is named, but the assailant is not named. We think one of the issues contributing to the spiraling cases of domestic violence is the very tepid, the very lukewarm approach taken by the administration against domestic violence, violence against women and girls. But one of the issues, folks, one of the issues here is the fact that you've got a lot of perpetrators of domestic violence, gender-based violence against women and girls who are part of this administration. Right. They find refuge in this administration. They are not condemned. They are not made to face the full brunt of the law or anything like that. No. And you guys know some of the names better than I do. We got Ossie Rogers, right? You got McCoy. The whole incident happened in National Assembly. And if you talk about National Assembly, you got to throw in Nigel Dowd there as well. The list goes on. Sharon Das Prasad, who by the way was in the National Assembly looking for attention yesterday. You got that as well. Right? So many of those issues happened. The last major one was Ossie Rogers. I shudder. I shudder to think, you know, of their responses to some of these issues. You had Ossie Rogers who beat up that young woman in that back supermarket. Vinya Prasad never said anything. Onish Waldron never said anything. Claire Banishan loves to post on her Facebook page. Didn't say a word of condemnation. Right? And that is why it struck us as funny, it struck us as odd recently when we heard Vinya Prasad, Minister of Social Services, Social and Human Services, in the National Assembly, talking about how troubled she is by domestic violence. And you got it happening in front of her, on her doorstep. And she says nothing. Yet she says she's troubled. Troubled by domestic violence. Folks, listen to Vinya Prasad. All of our systems aren't working perfectly, but we're making do the best we can this morning. Listen to Vinya Prasad, Minister Vinya Prasad, in the National Assembly recently, talking about how troubled she is by domestic violence.
Mr. Speaker, I want to just conclude with something that has always troubled me, and that is gender-based violence. This ministry has received commendation from the UNFPA this year for the work that it has done in conjunction with Spotlight. And I will just read a few excerpts. You know it. I think some of you may have to call 914 from time to time. It works. And it has helped a number of persons. This year alone, we received over 15,000 calls on 914 as compared to last year, 12,000 calls. From the Survivors Advocates Program, we have managed to have over 1,200 interventions helping those survivors of gender-based violence. Our legal pro bono initiative, which complements the government subvention to legal aid, providing free legal service to persons experiencing domestic violence, continues and is a collaboration between this ministry and the Guyana Bar Association. Mr. Speaker, we have 500 free cases so that we can at least help 500 persons experiencing violence.
Yeah, apologies there, guys. Apologies there. Apologies. If you were getting some feedback there, we apologize. If the minister is troubled, we are equally troubled. You know, we are equally troubled by that. Equally troubled by that. It's just fascinating. It is just fascinating. Very, very much so. Fascinating. Means she says she's troubled by domestic violence. And yet, the folks are getting stung, let us know. And yet, when presented with the opportunity, you know, to make a difference and to speak out, guys, are you hearing us? Folks are saying no sound, you know. Yet, when presented with the opportunity to speak out against the domestic violence that troubles her, she says nothing. She says nothing. She says absolutely nothing. We are troubled by that. We are troubled by that. And mind you, in Yashira's expose yesterday, which we wanted to examine in the big issue this morning, she says that part of the mission of Men on a Mission is to fight domestic violence. How the PP will fight domestic violence in this country? when lots of the perpetrators are high-ranking PPP officials. Who again, folks like Vindia, who comes to the National Assembly and says she's troubled by domestic violence, has not spoken out about any of it. I'm troubled by that. I'm troubled about her being troubled, Leon Logan. Folks, if you join us late, we did say I have to run off early this morning, so we're not going to have the full length of our program. We have probably another 5 minutes with you guys, because I'm expected to be in the court at 9 o'clock, and I would like to be on time. I would like to be on time. I'm troubled. Troubled. It's hypocrisy. Can't put it anywhere else. It is hypocrisy. R.C. Rogers happened. Vinaya Prasad said nothing as the minister responsible for social protection, social services, the woman who tells us she's troubled by domestic violence. She said, not a word. Only Juan, hypocrite. Clear Manichan, domestic violence, hypocrite. Ali, there's some wonderful fundraisers and some other, represent some other issues, you know. Admirably, but domestic violence says absolutely nothing. Hypocrite. Hypocrite. And then Vinaya Prasad, Karashi Buffett, Dwayne Collins, Tommy Gibbs, comes into the National Assembly. I call her Care Bear. She tries to exude that, oh, I care about everybody. I care about humanity. She's one of the most dangerous people in this administration. Mocha happened. And the sensitive said absolutely nothing. For the women in Mocha, said absolutely nothing. And then comes out now and says, oh, I'm troubled. Troubled by the domestic violence in the PPP. I think that's what she meant. She's troubled by domestic violence in the PPP. I think that is what she really meant. Folks, if you just joined us, we're talking about domestic violence, and part of what Minister Vinaya Prasad recently said in the National Assembly. She's troubled, she says, by domestic violence. Is he trouble for me? Is he troubling the trouble? I'm troubled, folks, and she's troubled. You can all listen to that excerpt from a presentation in the National Assembly, speaking on her portfolio as Minister of Social Protection, whatever she's Minister. Right? She says she's troubled. Folks, troubled by domestic violence. That's what she said. She's troubled. And forgive us if you get a slight feedback. We apologize.
Mr. Speaker, I want to just conclude with something that has always troubled me, and that is gender-based violence. This ministry has received commendation from the UNFPA this year for the work that it has done in conjunction with Spotlight. And I will just read a few excerpts. You know it. I think some of you may have to call 914 from time to time. It works, and it has helped a number of persons. This year alone, we received over 15,000 calls on 914 as compared to last year, 12,000 calls. From the Survivors Advocates Program, we have managed to have over 1,200 interventions helping those survivors of gender-based violence. Our legal pro bono initiative, which complements the government subvention to legal aid, providing free legal service to persons experiencing domestic violence, continues and is a collaboration between this ministry and the Guyana Bar Association. Mr. Speaker, we have 500 free cases so that we can at least help 500 persons experiencing violence.
Deeply troubled. Deeply troubled, she says she is. Deeply troubled. We're happy for her. Maureen said, look, move this woman. Her response said, no, why were we playing this woman Christopher says, shame on you, woman. She's deeply, deeply troubled. That's what she said. Good to see you, Valletta Bramell and Christopher Chichester. Alison Jones. We see you there, Alison and Maureen Williams and John Joseph, Maxine Monroe, Beatrice Selby's here with us. Christopher, I think you said it right. Christopher said they don't care. That's the truth. Christopher says they don't care. Absolute truth. Folks, we're going to have to let that do it for this morning. We're going to have to let that do it for us this morning. Thanks for joining us, each and every one of you. I have to make an appearance in court this morning, so allow me to run off and be prompt for that other assignment. Thanks for joining us. Again, we're in National Assembly all this week in the nitty-gritties of the estimates and expenditures. So that is going to be on at 12. We're going to be showing some of that on our page at 12 and thereabout. But we're going to be back for our program this evening. We're going to be back. We hope that you guys who haven't had a chance to look at our program last evening, do so. We highlighted some of the promises that they have made yet to come to fruition. We still waiting. We still hold it. We still brace it over. Have a great morning, guys. Have a fantastic rest of the morning, fantastic rest of the day. See you guys back here at 8. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining